Why hello there, this is B.O.X Productions, and welcome to another episode of Path of Exile. In our last episode, we introduced ourselves to Kitava, and then got our butts handed to us. And now we're back at Lion Eye's Watch to take care of some new business in some old places. Well, time to go back where we started. Whoa! Are they dive bombing us with, like, their souls or something? Like, soul bombing us? If soul bombing isn't the name of, like, a band or an album or something, it will be by the end of the day. Hey, party over here. And here's the spot where it all began, where we washed up ashore and was left for dead. And now these jerks show up and think they own the place. So yeah, take that.
A wretched sight. So many drowned Ariathans cast into undeath. You freed them from their torment, and I'm sure they'd be grateful. Here, that little something extra I were talking about. Though the sea takes away, it gives back in greater measure. While you be skulking about, I've managed to do a bit of hunting on my own. Got a hole full of baubles and trinkets here, which I managed to, procure. Take a look. You might find something particularly naughty to help you on your life's voyage.
You know, the Twilight Strand and the coast don't look too bad during the daytime. Well, until you're attacked by the Karui, that is. I guess it makes sense for them to be here. As we remember from Act 1, they did pass by through here at some point. We even saw some of their graffiti. Yeah, it can get kinda dangerous if you let them gang up on you like that. So don't do that. Like, really dangerous. As you may remember, this is where we found that medicine chest. And considering we're coming back here to pick up something else, I guess this place is like the lost and found of Lion Eye's Watch or something. Hey, wasn't this ship supposed to be wrecked closer to the southern tip instead of the eastern part? I mean, this is the same ship, right? I'm just wondering. Well, we got the thing. I have a feeling we're gonna hear what's on it whether we want to or not.
Marvelous! Oh, yes, yes, it's all here. Act 1, Scene 1. Along the shoreline, the beach grass sways. A blazing sun sinks 'neath sparkling bays. Oh, strange be the night when the drowned dead rise, and a pale moon ascends upon cold skies. The stranger still is lost to me, those silken pillows upon which I lay and see. Moody, atmospheric, not as funny as I remember, but I'm sure it gets better in Act 2. Regardless, you have my thanks. Please, take some for your efforts. And next time you're in town, do come and see the show. I'll leave your name at the door, if I can salvage it from somewhere else.
Hey, neat. Explosions are always fun to see. So, does anybody else like long walks on the beach? Maybe with a little less murder? I remember the mud flats. This is where we decided we were going to get our foothold in the fried chicken business, or the fried roller business, whatever. I can't seem to find a good white suit anywhere, though I am working on that goatee. And I found plenty of buckets. Yeah, but seriously though, watch your health when fighting these guys. This crap is dangerous. Corrupted blood ain't no joke. Oh hey, they've been here long enough to build houses. Okay, so mental note there. Don't stand in the fire. Alright, so you get the gist of this fight. Stay out of the fire and keep attacking. Ooh, stuff.
did this to me? The King of Brian. And he wants me to be... Oh God. Listen. Please. I don't know how I'm doing this, nor if I may again. Help me. Help us before...
Okay, that can't be good. What the heck was that all about?
You've seen Nessa. Talk to her. Well, that's more than I dared hope for, truth be told. This change she's going through, this curse the so-called Brine King has put on her, it can be broken. I know it. You've got to keep going. Follow her trail before it gets any colder. Make your way along the coast, the ship graveyard, even Mervale's cave if you must. By my reckoning, this king's not the sort to venture far from his briny bed. The submerged passage. It's underwater again, and there's no sign of those shells you used to drain it. Fortunately, there's another way to reach Axiom Prison and beyond. A path I scouted out myself, through what was once the fetid pool, and then along the ridge above it. Problem is, whatever's brought those Karui revenants to life has also sealed the pool entranceway, the bloody great totem. Now, I'm no expert on Karui carving, but there's a pair of empty eye sockets on the thing that just don't look right. Find that totem's eyes, and I reckon you've found your way in.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that thing we just picked up is what we need to move on. Just a hunch. But we just got here. But seriously though, how long have we been gone? I'm pretty sure this was a fetid pool. Now it looks all green and not horrible and stuff. Oh, nice. Another achievement. I'll let you live. Oh, we hadn't dealt with one of these in a while. Okay, this is too busy. This is all too busy. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Guess I'm just gonna start swinging and hope for the best. That was a fun little fight. TMI, buddy. Well now, looks like we finally found the place we were looking for. Given what we know about Tukohama, I'm sure he's got the tea and biscuits ready for us.
Let me teach you the laws of war.
Yeah, tea and biscuits. And now we come face to face with Tukohama, god of war and interior decorating. His arsenal of attacks includes slamming and jamming, while summoning totems across the arena to distract you. Shortly after the fight starts, he'll summon a giant totem in the middle of the arena. It can't be destroyed, and will always spew a stream of fire in your general direction.
I cannot do this yet.
After you knock his health down to around half, you'll summon a protective barrier around him and he cannot be damaged. The only way to get rid of it is to destroy the protective totems around the arena. It won't return after you've destroyed it, so you can go back to putting a whooping on him until he's dead. Just be careful about standing in the fire too long.
I am Sin, thief of virtue, and it is mine to take what I will from the defeated, to make a gift of it to the victorious. Alas, your mortal frame cannot withstand the unfettered fire of deism. It would turn your blood to mist and scorch your precious flesh black. So choose modestly and choose wisely, for there is much more at stake here than your little hopes and dreams.
And now we're introduced to the Pantheon system. When we kill deities like Tukohama here, it unlocks a new defensive bonus that we can use. We can only use a couple bonuses at a time, but we can switch them out anytime we visit town. Speaking of which,
You've killed the Karui war god. Can you kill a god? Look, I can't even begin to understand what you've just done. Vestal will be able to put our gratitude into words more fitting of a legend. Me, I'll work with what I know. A solid reward for a damn fine deed. Farewell.
well, we found the exit to the Karui Fortress like we were supposed to. Let's keep going. I guess things are gonna start getting pretty interesting if we're gonna make a habit out of killing deities and stuff. Yeah, this is a nice change of pace from killing all those Karui. Just regular old skeletons. And things riding around in big wheels. Whatever. Oh hey, you're a big wheel now! Is this like Axel from those Twisted Metal games? Kinda hurts. Oh god, it's a unicycle gang. We're going back to prison. Wonderful. I think we'll deal with this on the next episode. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Path of Exile, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. It really helps me out. In our next episode, I guess we'll continue to retrace our steps and hang out in the prison some more. That sounds wonderful. Anyway, this has been B.O.X Productions, and I'll see you next time.
You have the look of a wayfarer about you. I have a few bits and bobs in the hold that I managed to salvage from Oriath. Might be you're in the market for a little insurance for the road. The sort of nautical charm or a quaff of tonic be providing. Go on, have a look-see. And if you're thinking to trade, I reckon we can come to a fair arrangement.
From here to the beast, the journey is long and arduous. You are strong for a mortal, if the beating of this war drum shall burst your human heart. So we must fortify it with something a little more divine in nature. While a god may fall, their essence lingers, a quiet cacophony outside of your perception. That essence can be yours to galvanize your will and invigorate your body. I have the perfect first donor for us. Tukohama, the father of war. In a pool once foul and fetid, he has raised a fortress now ferocious and fearsome. Best you pay him a visit before he also raises that ugly son of his and unleashes him upon what remains of Retracing. The Karui were a peaceful culture of farmers and fishermen before fate thrust the great Tukohama upon them. It was he who put the stone axes in their hands and the hunger for conquest in their bellies. Farmers quenched their dry fields in blood. Fishermen emptied their holds of fish and filled them with land-greedy hordes. Battle by battle, war by war, Tukohama carved the steps that would carry him up a mountain of severed heads and into immortality. Tukohama's axe is called anger, his spear is called greed, and their victims are the minds and hearts of all Karui.
You do know it's cruel to make jests of an addled mind, don't you? Nessa, alive, and turned into a bloody cod. That said, you've never been wrong before, so seems like I'm going to have to stare this fanciful tale in its fishy face. She talked of the Brine King, did she? Now there's a name what can trouble the breeches of even the most jaded of poets. Though Mervale might be dead, the sea still has its seductive songs, and this time it's a big, briny baritone doing the wailing. With Kitava now stomping around Orioth, it seems mythology is fast turning into reality. Then again, the gods didn't just spring out of some poet's head. I certainly couldn't pin a note to the god of eternally flowing ale, and then just stick me mug out to catch the free brew. No, I imagine the gods once dined, danced, and defecated just like you or I. Now they seem ready to take another stab at it. At life, I mean. Take the Karui father of war, for instance, old Tukahama, all comfortably tucked up in Kaum's holdfast, and playing war like a few thousand years was only a quiet weekend for him. Come to think of it, perhaps it was. Screams, howls and booms of unholy intonation. The shriek and clank of some unfathomable apparatus, and the pervading stench of scorched flesh and boiling blood. That's Axiom Prison, now that Our Lady of Umbra has come home to roost. As a poet, I have nothing against a little creativity. Yet while I might mould word and wonder, Chevron's art tends towards the visceral, flesh, bone, and soul. Artistic pursuit is the loftiest of callings, but in this instance, I believe some rigorous criticism is in order.
Seems Tukahama's raised up a host out of whatever afterlife you Karui believe in. I feel for those poor bastards, if I'm to be honest. You Karui haven't had an easy history. Colonized, enslaved, used as pawns in many a war, and now abused in death by your own bloody god. This is why I don't follow any deity. They're all as bad as each other. Axiom Prison has been fairly quiet since you saw fit to retire its warden. Afraid that's no longer the case. Chevron of Umbra, the very witch that made Brutus the man he was. I don't know if she's a ghost, a ghoul, or some other death-scorning creature I've never heard of, but she's up there, tinkering away with her black arts and twisting nature around her bony old fingers. Honestly, I don't care why she's come back, or what cruelty she's brewing up there. She's a boil that needs lancing before the infection spreads. Farewell.